3 drunk drivings in a year, less than a year. Am I bad at math? One of the busiest freeways in the state of Michigan, and one of the busiest areas in the state of Michigan. And you drove the wrong way on the freeway. That's how drunk you were.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we're going over it because I don't think you do. And you got a gift. One, you got your life. You're not dead. You're not in prison for killing someone else, which is a miracle. You should have been doing prison time. And you were given a gift and you have squandered it. You think this is Abigail's treatment court, and it's not. Yes, you do. It's a 23rd District Court treatment court program, and you're not special. And I've had it. You're about to get the wake-up call of your life, Abigail. I'm talking. And then you immediately missed another appointment and I'm done. I don't want to hear, enjoy your 5 days in the Wayne County Jail. When you come back, you can tell me whether you want to be here or whether you want to give your spot up for someone who's earned it.
Yep. Okay. Go.
Will you hand me my scream box?
Now go. Freak.
All right, this is 240989, the People versus Abigail Busho.
Your counsel have probation.
Good afternoon, James, on behalf of Ms. Russo. Yeah, she's had the opportunity to go over her advice of rights. She has no questions on that. As to the violations, I'm missing the appointment with the probation officer on the 18th. So plead guilty, has therapy on the 12th and the 13th. Guilty with an explanation, Your Honor. And on the 13th, she's pleading not guilty, Your Honor. On the 12th, she's pleading guilty.
Okay. All right, so you indicated she would be entering pleas of guilty to the first 2 and not guilty to the 3rd.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Busho, did you go over this 2-page program advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
And did you sign and date this form?
Yes.
All right, you understand the allegations against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had a chance to go over that with Mr. Gazicki?
Yes.
And you understand that you have a right to a hearing where it would have to be proven by a preponderance of the evidence that the violations occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand she could just have a seat, yeah? Okay. And you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty, you'll be waiving those hearing rights. There will be no hearing of any kind.
Yes.
All right. And you've had a chance to discuss this with Mr. Gazicki?
Yes.
All right, to the allegation you failed to appear for your appointment with the probation officer is scheduled at 8 a.m. on December 18th, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the allegation you failed to attend individual therapy at the guidance center is scheduled on 12/12, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And then we're doing a not, and to the allegation you failed to attend your individual therapy on 12/13, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
All right. All right, I'm going to accept the 2 guilty pleas as knowing and voluntarily given. All right. So I saw you, Abigail, on the 10th. And on the 10th, I let you turn yourself in for a day next door. I let you turn yourself in because I care more about your job than you do. So then, the day after that, I do this on Tuesday. You miss your guidance, your therapy appointment on Thursday, and then you miss your appointment with Kara yesterday. And it's like I don't know what you were thinking. Abigail, we've had trouble with you since you came in. It's not use violations. Oh, are you shocked by this? Are you surprised? Well, you should not be. You have consistently, if I count your violations, like I know that we're on number 7, but if you look at them, number 7's 3. Number 6 was 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I mean, it's like Kara's bunching them because it makes sense when you have that many violations in a short period of time. But you're consistently, you think this is Abigail's treatment court, and it's not. Yes, you do. It's a 23rd District Court treatment court program, and you're not special. You're not special in this program. Everyone else has to show up and they have to do what they have to do to survive, but not Abigail. Abigail can cancel her appointments as she sees fit. She can miss things, and it's a consistent pattern. And the response that we always get from you is like, well, I have a job. Well, your recovery is more important than your job. Because if you're sitting in Wayne County Jail, quite frankly, Abigail, on this, it should have been charged as a third, and you should have a felony right now. Because let's talk about your record for a minute. You've had 3 drunk drivings in how long?
Within a couple of years.
Right? When was your first one?
February of 2023.
Okay. When was your second one?
December of last year.
Of 23?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. When was your third?
April.
April of 24. 3 drunk drivings in a year? Less than a year? Am I bad at math?
Just over a year.
Just over a year, 3 drunk drivings. How old are you?
23.
Your last drunk driving, Abigail, you drove the wrong way on which freeway? Which one?
75.
75 is, we are miles out of Detroit, one of the busiest freeways in the state of Michigan, and one of the busiest areas in the state of Michigan. And you drove the wrong way on the freeway. That's how drunk you were.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we're going over it because I don't think you do. I genuinely do not think you understand. And then you wouldn't stop for the cops. And a cop had to tap your car to get you to stop and get you from killing someone else or killing yourself at 23 years old, your third one in just over a year. And you got a gift. One, you got your life. You're not dead. You're not in prison for killing someone else, which is a miracle, going the wrong way on one of the busiest freeways, probably in the country. We're the Motor City, and you're driving the wrong way on one of the busiest freeways outside of Detroit. Then you get the benefit somehow of, instead of having a felony, you get the benefit of getting a misdemeanor for this. And in exchange, you have to do a treatment court program. That's the thing. And you should have been doing prison time. You should have been, or at least significant jail time. And you were given a gift and you have squandered it. I have watched you since you come into this program. You think you're better than the other women in the program. It's clear to me. You think that, well, I'm going to start sponsoring someone, and you have all this time for all of these other activities. You don't have time to show up and do the things you have to do to stay out of jail. And I've had it. You're about to get the wake-up call of your life, Abigail. I'm talking. I'm about to give you the wake-up call of your life, okay? Because have you ever been to Wayne County Jail?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're about to go in just about 3 minutes. But let me tell you something. I have been to Wayne County Jail. I've been to Wayne County Jail a lot. I was there when I was a defense attorney, and I was there when I was a prosecutor. And it is not a nice place. It is not a pleasant place. And me giving you a day next door is not teaching you anything. I need you to understand you are looking at months in jail, months. And quite frankly, even at their new facility, probably one of the grossest jails I've ever been in. And with people who are sitting in jail, awaiting trial or sentencing on pretty significant crimes. And you'll probably think you're better than them. And you're not, Abigail, because that's where you should be. So you are getting the wake-up call of your life. You're going to sit down in the Wayne County Jail. What's your rec?
3 days.
5 days. You're doing 5 days in the Wayne County Jail. You got nothing else to do? Forget your job, forget everything else, Abigail. I want you to understand this. I want you to really reflect on the next 5 days. I want you to sit there and think, is that the life you want? Or do you want to comply? I'm talking. You can either comply with this program and get it together, or you can go do your 90. It makes no difference to me. I prefer you be here. I prefer you get the help you need, because whether you realize it or not, you have a problem, and you belong in this program more than a lot of the other women that are here. Because what you have done on these 3 offenses is abysmal. It's terrifying. You're doing your 5 days. At the Wayne County Jail, I'm writing no early release. You're gonna really reflect. You'll be out for Christmas. My gut tells me to give you 7, and I don't know that you deserve that yet. You're going in right now. You'll get out in 5 days. No early release.
I can't explain the,
No, I don't need it. I don't care what you want. Okay, go ahead, Al. Go ahead. Let's see if we can get you up to 7 days. Tell me what you got.
I mean, if it's not gonna matter, it doesn't.
Does my face look like it's going to matter?
No, it really doesn't. I had a lot of really nice things to say about the program. I really appreciate being here. I understand that what I did is absolutely horrible. I feel awful about it every single day. I'm haunted by it, honestly.
You should be.
And I feel really, really grateful to be in this program and to have the opportunity to work towards a better life versus just incarceration. And I feel really grateful for treatment.
Well, show up and do the program or go sit in jail. That's your option.
I was
And when you
throwing
come
up
back-
all week. I haven't eaten in 6 days.
Abigail.
That's why I missed on Wednesday.
Abigail, listen to me.
I'm going through an epilepsy diagnosis. I'm having seizures in my sleep. I slept through a therapy appointment and I have a text from Josh that says any day that we need Zoom, we can use it. And then I showed up. And then he told me that we couldn't use it. It was a misunderstanding, miscommunication on his part or mine. I don't know, but I genuinely, I took everything into account the last time I was in front of you, and I took.
And then you immediately missed another appointment and you're, I'm done. I don't want to hear anything else. I'll mark your file medical, enjoy your 5 days in the Wayne County Jail. When you come back, you can tell me whether you want to be here or whether you want to give your spot up for someone who's earned it.
There was a hearing date for the.
I don't care about the other violation, dismiss it. All right, come on up. Ms. Heiss, I need you real quick at the podium. I need to give you your appeal rights. All right, Ms. Heiss, I did not give you your appeal rights and I want to make sure you know them. An appeal to circuit court may be taken within 21 days from the date of your sentence or as permitted pursuant to MCR. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Heiss, you're all set. Can you please not make Ms. Heiss listen to that for too long?
This is file number 241400GC, a judgment entered by default finding that Rebecca Houck was liable for $3,935.83. In an attempt to collect on that, the plaintiff has attempted to seize assets or other attempts to collect. The defendant filed a motion for installment payments on November 4th, asking to pay $100 per month starting December 9th. The plaintiff filed a response to that on November 20th with a bunch of other challenges to your list of expenses. So I set the matter for a hearing. Mr. Frost, you or your law firm filed this response. Plaintiff wants to pay $100 a month. In her filing, she claims that the balance is about, well, I can't tell what the balance is, about just under $4,000. So, Mr. Frost, what's your position?
Well, our position, Judge, is that Ms. Houck has disclosed she earns about $32.25 a month, the equivalent of $32.25, which means we, under ordinary circumstances, we'd receive a garnishment payment of $806 a month, about $800. And just as a rule of thumb, as a matter of background, if a debtor calls and they need relief, we usually stipulate to cutting it in half. This is a basic rule of thumb. Here, that would be $400 a month or $200 every other week. Now this case stands out a little bit as one where defendant completely ignored the debt, which was incurred in 2021 but has gone out and incurred these huge or substantial debts, you know, in her own favor. This year she bought a house, $340,000. She has a mortgage payment, $2,400 a month. She goes out and buys 2 vehicles in 2022, one for $38,000, the other for $19,500. My office is in Detroit, Judge, but I grew up over there on the west side of the state, out in the farmland there. So I tend to be a little frugal. My folks didn't have a lot of money. So these figures just really strike me as pretty absurd if somebody's going to go out and do this. I mean, the rule used to be you take care of your debts before you incur these big costs. He's 34 years old. And, my client shouldn't be required to take a back seat to her bad financial judgment. So we're requesting $300 a month. That's like 37% of what we would ordinarily receive from the 25% garnishment. We think it's entirely reasonable. Some of her expenses are exaggerated or excessive, and so other than that, we rely on her answer. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Hauk, what's your response?
I don't disagree that my family and I have a debt problem, and we are working to try to get through those things. I mean, I had to have a car to go to work. My previous car had broken down, and my husband needs a car to go to work as well. And I don't disagree, and I'm not looking to just completely ignore the debt. I am just looking for some help in reference to paying it, but also being able to still pay for daycare and groceries and things that my family needs on a week-to-week basis.
I see in here you're working with a company, Accredited Debt Relief.
Yes.
Are you working on other debts?
Yes.
When did you buy the $340,000 house?
In February.
Oh my. Well, I guess his contention is a $38,000 car is a nice car, even a 19.5. What one of my old probation officers used to say is a champagne lifestyle on a beer budget. I don't want to force you into bankruptcy, but you've got all these other things: accredited debt relief, one main personal loan, Lowe's payment loan, Indigo credit card. So you've got a bunch of other debt.
Yes.
And this could force you into bankruptcy, which wouldn't do them any good. But as he indicated, the judgment entered several years ago. I'm not exactly sure what this was. This was a medical bill.
It's my youngest. It's dated for the birth of my youngest child, 9/10/21. That's her birthday. I had to have a C-section.
All right. Yeah, nope. Anyway, I'm gonna try to accommodate both as best I can. I'm gonna order $200 a month. It's half of what they were asking for and twice what you were asking for.
Okay.
Starting January 15th.
Okay.
Here in St. Joe County, that's a substantial house. And this is paying for the birth of your child, and it indicated you just didn't do anything about it. I won't comment further. Anyway, you continued to rack up additional expenses after this. So do an order for $200 per month starting January 15th, subject to review in 1 year. Mr. Frost, $340,000 buys a lot more house in St. Joe County than it buys in Wayne County. Well, I guess you could get one in the city of Detroit for $1, but she and her husband are working. They've got a bunch of debt. She's working on some other debt consolidation. I don't want to tip the whole apple cart over for bankruptcy. but we'll try this. 2,200 per month, starting January 15th, subject to review in 1 year.
Okay.
Ms. Hauk, do you have any questions?
No, not at this time.
All right, Mr. Frost, anything further?
Will the court set a hearing date in a year?
No, if the parties are dissatisfied or payment hasn't been made or her circumstances change, but no, we don't set it for review unless somebody asks us.
Very good.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you both.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. He needs an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed? We're going to start bringing people in person. We're going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.